Hey y'all, welcome back to Consciously Unconscious. I just made another video and I didn't do no introductions in that when I just started writing right in. I was just waking up, but y'all know me, my Hugh here. Um, so in this particular video, I think I'm going to start a session or a section called the Unpopular Opinion section. I want to talk about relationships. Yay, what fun relationships. Um, and I don't think this one is going to be too long because, you know, simple stuff. Um, but relationships are a tricky thing. And I'm a little beanbag chair doing the most. It's just like steady sliding down. So I'm hunching down. I'm just doing what I do. Okay. Um, so I, I'm in a relationship, y'all. Who knew? Like, who saw it coming? I definitely didn't see it coming. And it's a beautiful thing. And, when relationships start, you are absolutely going through the process of getting to know each other, learning their idiosyncrasies, and, they're learning yours, and, all of that good stuff. So, we had a conversation about what comes before. We kind of had a little misunderstanding, and he was like, the only thing that comes before you is like, aside from myself, is my child. And it struck a nerve, okay, with the whole only thing that comes before you is my child. And let me tell you why. Here's why. When you are a family unit, okay, and most people have children. This is just the society. You have children going into a relationship, and I just want to state, I was married. I was married for 7 years, 12 years, but 7 of those we were actually together. Okay, so I was married for 12 years, and we were actually together for 7 of those years, and we made a baby in those 7 years, okay, and we got divorced or separated, whatever. I ain't gonna get into all that. But so it's not just the dynamic, because I've heard men say this more, where a woman ought to be appreciative that a man decided to be with her when she made babies, with other men that she might like, that she wasn't married to anyway, or whatnot. And I think that is the silliest thing to say, because you have babies even in marriage and you get separated. And not everybody is around her, you know, having babies, and they are like single mothers having babies who haven't. Not that that's a bad thing. Like, I had babies out of wedlock. My oldest 2 children were out of wedlock. Like, I wasn't married and I made babies. Okay. So I'm not sitting here trying to knock nobody for having babies and they weren't married. All I'm saying is that it's a silly comment to say that a woman is around her making all these babies with men that she ain't married to, and blah blah blah. She ought to be happy that, a man sees her. Anyway, I digress. Okay. Um, you get into new relationships and you are blending families. My problem with feeling like a child comes before the mate is because you are a unit. And as a unit, nobody comes before anybody. You are a whole. It is a whole. Everybody has the same degree of importance as the next person. Um, Now, people might say, okay, so the house catch on fire, who you saving, your mate or the child? I'm trying to save everybody. Okay, I'm trying to get to whoever I can get to and save them. Um, but the difference is that my mate is an adult and they are big enough to understand, the ins and outs and what it is to do in emergency situations where a child might panic and not really think. An adult gonna panic too, but we gonna panic and then snap to get into it, especially when we know we got babies in the house, so we're gonna snap to it and get to the babies. So that argument is like null and void. And then I heard these conversations about, okay, you cook dinner, who you finna give food to first? Okay, let me tell you, I'm this person, I'm this woman. I'm done cooking. You ready to eat? All right. If you ready to eat, get your plate. Come on, and I'm gonna make it's first come first serve with me. Like I ain't finna be like, oh well, your daddy gonna eat first because he the man of the house, or I'm finna feed the kids first because nope, it's hey, I didn't cook. I'm tired. I've been standing over here cooking. Y'all want to eat, and if y'all want me to fix your plate, you better come on with your plate so I can go on and make it. Or I'm just gonna make plates and I know about the amount of food that each person is gonna eat. They know they plate when they see it. I'm gonna make plates and I'm gonna set them on the table. Dinner ready. Come eat your food. Like it's I don't want to say silly, but I'm gonna say it's silly to me to have a debate about who you finna feed first. Y'all are a family unit. It like for real. Why are you are essentially causing dissension within your own household when you get to talking about this person come before this, like that's silliness. That is sowing seeds of discourse within your sanctuary. Why on earth would you do that? Okay, so then you years on down the line you got the man talking about, well, I felt like she chose the kids over me and she wasn't really paying me no attention. So, and the kids always took her side. So I went out and I found this woman or I started this other family. And because I felt like I wasn't being seen or I wasn't appreciated. Or you got the kids who get older and they grow up and they start saying, well, she always chose him over me and she would always take his side. And for real, like as a mother and the woman, y'all have no idea, like especially when you are blending families, the things that you have to go through because you don't want to reprimand. I'm gonna say reprimand, even though this is another adult. You when the your mate has probably a misunderstanding with the children and like yeah they have a little blow up misunderstanding. The kids gonna feel a way about him, one, because it ain't their daddy, and he gonna probably feel away because them ain't his kids, and you as a woman gonna feel away because you ain't their mama, and it ain't your kids, and they gonna be like, but she ain't my mama, and that how that dynamic plays out. And as the adult, you have to find the balance. Okay, everybody is adjusting. I'm not going to reprimand the other adult in front of the kids because then the kids have a tendency to feel like they can play on that. Oh, well, all I got to do is tell my mama and I ain't got to listen to you because she going to take my side and blah, blah, blah. That's discourse. You don't want to do that. What you want to do is try and diffuse the situation. And when you get along with your mate, you talk to them about where they might have been wrong and where the kids was wrong, and y'all come to a mutual agreement, and then you get to the kids and you talk to them and it might be a mutual understanding of where they was wrong and where you can see they point, and where the adult might have been tripping because adults do trip. That was what my last video was about, saving the babies and how we don't really pay attention to the child's experiences and we downplay what they might be feeling, and you don't want to do that because then resentment builds. Okay, so don't sow seeds of discourse to the point where everybody's sitting off somewhere and they harboring resentment and they mad. Yeah, you're gonna have misunderstandings and arguments in any household because we are individuals and we think different, we move different. Everything in life is a matter of perspective. So my perspective on the situation might be completely different than the child's perspective or my mate's perspective. I'm trying to like angle where y'all can hear me, but I'm not finna sit like this. I don't like y'all like that. No, I'm just playing. Um, so you don't want to do things to where one person feels like they are less than the next person. Don't do that in your relationship. Everybody is one. And when you talk to this person alone and you talk to the babies alone, you talk to your mate alone, you talk to the babies alone, then y'all come together as a whole. And after everybody is calmed down, then you can be like, all right, let's talk about it. And now let's everybody get an understanding what what is acceptable and what's unacceptable. Okay? Like that's how you move in relationships. It's not, oh, I'm gonna feed him first because he the man and he work and like no, that's BS because that's sowing discourse. You are a unit. Everybody is equally important in this unit. Okay? Like no, ain't nobody coming before nobody because when you do that, that energy is felt. You can feel that energy, and if your your mate, spouse, whatever, feel like you are putting something before them, that's naturally gonna make them feel away. They gonna start to feel away. I don't care who you are. Like it's gonna make you feel away when you feel like something is more important to you, to the person that you feel like is your world and is everything to you. And it's the same with the babies. You are their world. You are everything to them. Your mate is feeling like you are their world. You are everything to them. It shouldn't be a choice. It just absolutely should not be a choice. I love y'all all equally. I don't like it's with the children, with the kids. I don't have a favorite child. I love them each individually. I love them differently because they are individuals. So I love them in the way that they need to be loved. If you've never heard of the five love languages, the five love languages, it's how a person experiences and what how they perceive love and how what you might do. Okay, an example. You buy me a gift and that's your way of expressing love to me. But that's not how I interpret love. I interpret love by you helping me take out the trash or wash some dishes or something like helping around the house. That is how that's what makes me feel love. That's how you show your appreciation to me versus buying me a gift. I'm not a person that really likes I like gifts, but if you want me to feel like you love me more, help me out around the house because, just help me out, that type of thing. Um, so when they get to talking about treat people how you want to be treated, well, not necessarily because you might want to be treated in a different way than what I want to be treated. So treat me how I want to be treated. But the only way for you to do that is to learn me, to love me enough, to pay attention to me enough, and for us to communicate enough to where you know what love is for me. And I know what love is for you. Okay. And you never want anybody to feel unimportant. You don't want them to feel less than the next person coming along because, again, it just sows seeds of discourse. And like, why would you want that in your home? That's home is your sanctuary. You don't want confusion and all of that and unhealthy relationships. Now, everybody ain't gonna always be happy. Okay, it's gonna be moments of, all right, that's just you today. Like you in your unhappy place, ain't no pleasing you, and okay, well, I can't really do nothing with that. Like, take a mental health day. Go sit off in a corner somewhere and do you until you are ready to interact with folks and be cordial. Okay. Everybody ain't gonna be happy all the time, but it shouldn't be always a constant state of drama and resentment and just like, why would you do that? No, everybody finna get this the same plate. Like, first come first serve in this joint. Like, you ready to eat? I done cooked, goddamn it, and my feet tired, my back hurt. And if y'all don't come eat right now, then y'all, it's every man for themselves. You see, you know where the dishes are, you know where the spoons, the knives, the plates, the silver, like, you know where all of this is. Go and fix your plate. I don't care who you are. That's just me. And that makes life easy. Like, because everybody know I love you equally, and I'm not choosing one over the other. Like, I'm just not gonna do that. What you say? Your daddy did what? All right, did you take it up with your daddy? Did y'all try to solve it? Did y'all try and like work that out? Oh, you say Journey did what? Journey being my oldest daughter. You say Journey did what? Okay, did you talk to Journey? Did you take that up with her? Oh, y'all didn't talk about it? Y'all should probably talk about it. I can't solve y'all issues for y'all. I can be the mediator, maybe, but I can't solve y'all issues for y'all. Can't nobody solve the issues that you have with the next person. Stop doing that in your household, in your family dynamic too. Like, yeah, each individual gonna be in like, mama is just mama, okay? He gonna be in her ear, they gonna be in her ear. And at the end of the day, mama gotta be like, oh, okay, did you take that up with, did y'all talk about it? Oh, y'all didn't talk about it? Okay, well, let's just see if we get everybody together and mediate. Okay, well, she said she felt like, and he said he felt like, and then you step back and let them, when they get to yelling, don't yell. No yelling, because when you start to yell, ain't nothing being heard. You ain't hearing. So don't yell. Cause then people mad, they oh no, you ain't yelling at me, and like, let's calm down, bring it back to a steady level, and let them, and then you step back again and let them talk. You can't solve people's issues for them. That's how you maneuver in a relationship, in a blended family dynamic. Like, ain't no my child come before you. Now, all right, let's take it here, because I'm sure the question will come up. Well, you just met this person and you gonna take this person's word over your child? No, no. That's why you sit down and you hold a conversation, and everybody gets an understanding. All right, let me hear your side. Let me hear your side. And if you are a person who pays attention to the people around you that you love, that you live with every day, you know who they are, and you know when they telling the truth. You'll feel when to believe them, and you'll feel when they're, I know my babies like the back of my hand. I know what they are capable of, and I know what they will and won't do. I know their personality. Now, this is not to say that they won't do some stuff that surprise me, because they do things that surprise you. But on a core level, you know your babies, you know your children, you know your mate. And also, you have your higher self, your intuition, your guidance. If you even know you know yourself. So if you are paying attention to your higher knowledge and your intuition, you will instinctively feel where the truth lies, who doing what, and you'll know. You'll know if you're not trying to like push stuff to the side and ignore it because you want to keep this person, you want to keep this man, or you want to keep this woman, or you trying to appease your children. So because you're trying to appease your children, and it's causing conflict in your happiness, and like all like it's, we all know this dynamic. It's a lot of people that know this dynamic, so y'all know what I'm saying. But if you pay attention to yourself first and learn how to follow your instincts, learn how to go with your intuition and that gut feeling, that follow your first mind and you never go wrong. That is your higher self. That is your higher knowledge. That is your angels, your guides, whatever you want to call them, tapping you on your shoulder and saying, hey, hey, go this way. Don't go that way, because if you go that way, it's trouble that way. And when you go that way anyway, and you experience that trouble, and then you go, my mind told me to go that way. That was your higher self telling you to go that way, because your higher self knew it was danger that way. It sensed it. So when we get into a state of following our intuition and listening to our higher knowledge, um, then when you're dealing with situations with other people, your gut will your intuition and your gut will lead you. It'll tell you, hey, your baby telling the truth over here. Your baby is being honest. This person is tripping. They tripping with your baby. Listen to your baby. You know, and you'll be able to listen to your baby because you've learned to listen to yourself. And I can go into this whole tangent about, you know, self love and learning to trust yourself first. And you should, because you can't do nothing for nobody else that you're not willing to do for yourself first. If you're not listening to yourself and um, following your own intuition and your own instincts, you damn sure ain't finna listen to nobody else, because you ain't listening to yourself. That is a core of what we need to learn, and that's following our instincts and our intuitions and listening to ourselves. Is very necessary in order to properly function and interact with other beings outside of yourself. Okay. Um, so yeah, you'll feel the energy of what's what's truth and what's not really true. And if you, like I said, pay attention to your mate as well as your babies, you know who doing what. Now people spring stuff on you all the time, but again, your gut, your intuition, your heart, all of that will lead you and let you know, something ain't right about the situation. You it don't Something ain't true with what you saying. Something ain't true with what you saying. So, you know, and confront that. Like, that's what you do in a family dynamic, in a family unit. Nobody should be made to feel like one person is more important than the next, because that just causes discord. Okay, it causes a mess, and then that's where relationships break down, and it's just all bad. And it's not, it ain't healthy. It's just unhealthy, and that's the unpopular opinion. I know. I'm I'm definitely finna choose my kids over this nigga, or I'm definitely finna. I probably shouldn't have said that, but hey, like it's real over here. It's real over around in these parts. Like, um, and in my book, everybody can be a nigga. You ain't just got to be black to be a nigga. Okay, so I try to refrain from certain words, but it just it's real over here. Okay, um, I'm not gonna take this man word or this woman's word over my kids, and um will I love him. So y'all just gonna have to get used to it, because no, all of that is unhealthy. That's unhealthy. Stop that. That ain't how you communicate. That ain't how you do in a relationship. It's all right. Where's the breakdown? Why are you feeling this way? Why are you feeling this way? Can we bring this together and get some type of understanding, because we are a unit here. And as a unit, we move as a unit. One for all for one. Okay? We gotta survive in this joint, because we in this house together, and it's us literally against the world. When we come in here, this is our sanctuary. Anybody that is living in the house with you, that is y'all home, that is y'all sanctuary. And when you come home from the outside stressors, you should not be feeling tense and stressed out in your own space and place. Like, you just shouldn't. And you don't allow that type of energy amongst you and your loved ones. So that's why it's never good to do this whole you before them. Like, no, no. That's just not, it's not a good look, y'all. It ain't a good look. Like, no. It's, everybody is good here, and like that whole, let's just squash this whole who eat first debate by whoever come with a plate first. That's who finna eat first. And if ain't nobody coming with no plates, either you ain't finna fix them joints and they gotta fix their own, or you know who eats what amount of food, you make the right amount of plates, and when them people come to the table and they see that, they don't know who plate it is. Well, this mine, cause mama know, or boo know, I'm finna eat this amount, so this mine. Or you make these plates and they gonna come be like, is this my plate? It's, yeah, yeah, that's your plate. No, that's your plate. This it. Like, come on, stop it. Let's just squash this whole who eating first deal. Like, knock it off. Everybody finna eat at the same time. And if I'm really in the mood, I'm finna just make my plate and go sit down. Do you? Y'all better go make you some food. Just go on, do you? Cause I'm tired. I done cooked. I cooked it. You make your own. Okay. Like, I have those moments. Them happen. Them happen around her. Yes, that happens, and my babies know it. They know it, and it ain't my baby. Me and my babies are good. My babies are some of my best friends. Like, Journey, 19 years old, and that's my boo thing. Like, she is. That's my bestie. Don't tell me that nonsense about your kids can't be your friends. Lies, lies. If you know how to respect your children and your children know how to respect you, y'all can absolutely be friends. My kids know I'll punch them in the throat if they get out of body. But for the most part, we good. Like, my babies know they can come talk to me about any and all things. Those are my friends. They are my friends, and I'm their friend. I'm their truest friend that they could ever have. And they're the truest friends that I could ever have. And they know this. But they also know if they step out of line, they can get that two piece. They know it. So it's a fine line. It ain't even a fine line. It's you making your children know it's a respect thing first. And then we friends. I tell my babies, you come and talk to me about any and all things. I'm gonna have a mama reaction first. Because I'm mama, depending on what it is, I'm gonna have a mama reaction first. But then after I've calmed down from mama mode, I can think back to when I might have been in your age and stage and phase of life, and then I could talk to you on a friend level, or an understand and get an understanding. And with my mate, you know, uh, all I can do is listen. But I'm woman, and I'm naturally a nurturer, so I can understand even his side of things. I might not be able to speak to the exact experience, but I can speak to the nature of it. Okay, so I'm over here comforting him. I'm comforting them. I'm comforting everybody because I am woman. I am mama. I am the nurturer. I am mother. Nature, mother, nurture. Okay, and if I'm good, everybody good. Everybody in the house good. Like, it's just fact. If the woman in the house is good, everybody in the house good, because she's the nurturer. She creates the atmosphere of love, care, nurture. She creates it. My babies have told me a number of times they don't like when I'm having a bad day, because when I'm having a bad day, everybody having a bad day. And it's not because I'm taking it out on nobody. It's because I'm over in a corner somewhere, wrapped up under the cover, and I ain't with it, and they want to come bounce on the bed and talk to me and hold a conversation, but they can't bounce on the bed and hold a conversation with me because I ain't in my appropriate person. I'm not right. So when I'm not right, it throws off the whole energy of the house. It's the truth. It's the truth. If you are the right type of, I don't want to say the right type of, all right, the right type of mother or wife or spouse or mate or whatever, you make the household. Now, I can only speak from my experience. I'm not trying to speak from same sex experiences or any of that, because that ain't none of my business. Okay, like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't knock nobody. I love all people. You do you. You love who you love. So don't get in my box talking about Well, what about a same sex relationship where it's two women? Who, what's the one? Like, I figure it out. That's for y'all to figure out. I don't know that dynamic. I don't know that dynamic, so I can't speak to it. I don't know the dynamic of two men, so I can't speak to it. I'm speaking to nature. All right, whatever. Come for me if you must. That's fine. Because at the end of the day, I know who I am, and I know that I'm okay with you loving who you gonna love. I ain't judging you. I ain't got time to judge you because I'm all about unconditional love all around here. So I'm talking about what is in nature, what I see to be natural before me in the earth. Okay, so I can't speak to what is proper and what goes on in the household with same sex couples and how that dynamic works. But if you, whoever the nurturer is, whoever the person who might be the nurturing person in that dynamic, if they are the right type of nurturer, then the whole house is good. The whole dynamic is good. All right. So, like I said, don't come for me because I can only speak for what I know and the experience that I know. I don't know y'all experience. Do y'all? Okay. Um, but that whole let me pick and choose who's first, who's more important. Nah, that's just that is cause for an unhealthy relationship. Like it just is. It's unhealthy and it just causes issues down the line and communication and all of that type of communication is definitely key in a relationship. Communication and comprehension because everybody has their own perspective and sometimes you just gotta agree to disagree. And this is why this is the unpopular opinion corner. Okay. Um, but at the end of the day, y'all will work through it. But don't don't um like make a conscious decision to choose to make one person more important in the family unit because what you're gonna see is discord, unhappiness, resentment. That's what you're gonna see in that relationship, and then everybody off doing their own thing separate. You got the kids over here doing what they doing, you got the adults over here doing what they doing, and nobody is coming together as a unit because you've made your mate more important than your children, or you've made your children more important than your mate. So your mate over here in the corner feeling left out while y'all over here, even if it's your husband feeling left out while you over here with the kids and y'all always doing something together and he feels like the kids is more important than him. Or like I say, the kid you always in the room closed off with your husband or your wife, and so the kids feel like they not as important because nobody is coming together and doing things together where everybody feels important. Like it's imperative that everybody feels important. Take your babies out. If you got more than one child, take each individual child out on a date. I date my babies all the time. We go out separate. Like I take my man child out away from his sisters and I take the girls out individually away from each other because it's important that they get that one-on-one time. Like everybody should have that one-on-one time where they feel like they are just as important as the next person. You have to do that. Date your spouse, date your mate. Everybody gets some one-on-one time. Your mate should be doing the same thing with the kids. Take them out. Take them out together and take them out separate. Like, hey, today is our day. So that everybody is getting to know each other and that relationship is steady, constantly building and it stands strong. It's the building blocks of a strong relationship. Like everybody should know each other on an intimate level. That's what true intimacy is. It's conversation, getting to know each other. It's not sex. Like everybody should know each other on an intimate level. And the way that you do that is by interacting with each other individually and as a unit, and everybody is of equal importance. So that's that. Yeah. Uh, so I think that's it. I think that's all I had to say. Do I do relationship counseling? Yes, I do. Yeah, I do relationship counseling. That's a service. You go to consciouslyunconscious.me and schedule an appointment, and we can get the whole family together and just do some counseling, because sometimes you need that outside mediator. You need that person outside of y'all that can be like, all right, everybody tripping. Ain't nobody listening. Let's get it together. Okay. Um, all right. So I holler at y'all in the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Check the description box for, more information, what I might have missed, and blah, blah, blah. All right. Thanks, y'all.